the internet didn't really break, but the Flash fandom melted down in a happy way when Grant Gustin had appeared in a video saying that he would reprise the role of Barry Allen the Flash if James Gunn asked.
Y'all, it was quite the experience watching the people respond to that because I saw the original tweet of when it was posted, and about 5, 10 minutes later, the replies, the excitement about it. And I mean, like, everyone thinks Grant Gustin's the definitive Flash. I know we say this on CW fans or whatever, but like as a DC fan, I say that. As a TV fan, I say that. Just people have been watching the show for the last decade, and it turned the Flash into a household name. He actually was one of the more mainstream DC superheroes, but I think the vast majority of people know him from the TV show more than they know him from the movie. You have that recognizable element there, of course. So when you see Grant now, even though the Flash was ended last year, you still look back on the whole time like that nostalgic best friend is like, oh, remember the good times, even though some of those later seasons were not good times. Um, but it's just always nice to hear about him. And I know he's got his run on Broadway at the moment, but I mean, like, I know this came up early last year when James Gunn followed Grant, and everyone was like, could this mean that Grant's going to play the Flash in the DCU? So there's always been those rumors, there's always been those hopes, but to hear him directly acknowledge it is so exciting. And the fact that he says, because when you do something for that long, it's totally understandable if someone wants to move on, but the fact that Grant said he would do it if James Gunn asked him to, like, he loved the role then, he clearly still loves the role now, and that would be a whole new opportunity for him. No one knows if it's ever going to happen, but I feel like we'll see the Flash on the big screen again at some point, but it would be extra super awesome if it was Grant playing him.
For sure. Like I feel like if it was Grant playing him, it would be like a cameo situation
Hmm.
or like a recurring role in one of the TV shows or perhaps, a smaller limited role in on the big screen. I feel like and that would be something he'd be interested in. I feel for everyone who was part of the Flash fandom when the discussion about the film was being had, Grant was interested anyway. So
Hmm.
it would just be like another full circle moment for him, just like being able to be on Broadway like he dreamed it was. Like I want Grant to have all of his things. And it
Yeah.
would be wonderful if he did get to like appear as Barry Allen. Now I will also posit if Candace Patton wants to reprise the role of Iris West. Like, yes, if not, please leave her alone. But if she does, I would be like, yes, because I'd love to see her on the big screen as well. They're in like different situations, so I guess on what they want to be doing. I would like to know what Candace wants to do. If she even wants to remain in the entertainment industry, perhaps she wants to go on another lane. But to see like two of our heroes on the screen, like I feel like all of us would be there immediately. Like even if we
Hmm.
had no interest in necessarily the film that was coming out, though for you, Michael, you would be there for work. But
Front line, yeah.
yes, but like if we weren't really that interested and they just in the trailer they just showed Grant's face or like Candace's face, we'd be like immediately the ticket is being bought.
Oh yeah.
Shall be there seated.
Oh yeah, we'd be there yesterday. No, I think that's awesome. I really do. Like we're moving into the DC universe era where the multiverse is literally a thing. Marvel's doing the multiverse. Everybody loves the multiverse. I feel like it would be honestly, I love the Flash movie for Michael Keaton's Batman, but I love the Flash movie in general. The multiverse stuff, not that great. There were so many other options that you could have done. Like it was ridiculous that we never saw Grant, Candace make cameos. Like they were obvious, easy choices, and yet the movie overlooked them. Um, so like I mean like I, the, everyone loves nostalgia. Everyone loves to see other things they grew up watching or other areas of the DC world represent it. If there's a comic book based on the Flash TV series, people will be excited to see what read the stories as they continue. If there's a cameo in the DC universe, people will be excited to see those actors play those characters again. It's just everything is open now because of the idea of every all these big franchises not being afraid to explore the multiverse. The original DCEO missed an opportunity there. I hope some at some point in time the DC universe doesn't because it would be awesome to see Grant play the role again, especially on the big screen since I personally prefer to see adventures from superheroes on the small screen, but everyone was waiting on that big moment in the Flash movie that unfortunately never came, and it was kind of disrespectful that it didn't happen considering it was so easy to make happen. I mean, like, if we're not going to have a Flash in the DC universe, we absolutely could wink, wink, and nod to the Flash of TV. If we are going to have a Flash in the DC universe, we could also wink, wink, and nod to the Flash of TV. All the options are open. Grant absolutely defined that role for a whole generation, and he will probably be renowned as the definitive Flash for. at least the rest of our generation. And you know what? He deserves that title. He's still incredibly young. He could still make Barry Allen work. If at some point in his life and James Gunn's life in the DC universe aligns and they manage to make it work, I'd be all for it because you know what? He'll always be the definitive Flash to me.
Yes, and I felt like they could have a, like a Crisis on Infinite Earth
Hmm.
situation. Not necessarily the plot, but what they had done, where we got to see the older DC shows. The amount that like everybody was screaming in those moments when we got that flashover, and it felt very communal to be like, I know that one, I know that one. Like,
Right.
did you watch that one? There's such an opportunity to pay homage to what came before.